Now we're going to go through the solutions of Wednesday's homework where you had to solve several different index equations, and this was just following on exactly like what we had done in the notes that day, but they can be a little bit tricky the first time you see them. So the first step is always to get the same base. We need the same base on both sides of the equation, in all parts of the equation. So I need to write both of these as a power of 2. Well, 4 can be written as 2 to the power of 2. So therefore, this is 2x is equal to 2 to the power of 2. And then we can just say that the powers are equal to each other. And so x is equal to 2. So that's what we're doing in each of these questions. For part B, we had 3x equal to 27. So 27 is 3 cubed. This is why we had to learn these off. I mean, you can use the calculator to work it out, but it's much quicker if you happen to know that 27 is a perfect cube. So 3x is equal to 3 to the power of x is equal to 3 to the power of 3, and that means that x is equal to 3. It's like we're cancelling the bases once they're the same, and all we're left with is the power in our equation then. So x is equal to 3. Part C, we had 5 to the power of x equal to 125. That's another cube, so 5 to the power of x is 5 cubed, and that means that x is equal to 3. So if you got stuck on these last night, my hope is that seeing them done like this, you can see what we're doing at every step. 10 to the power of x is equal to 1,000. Well, 1,000 is 10 cubed, so 10 to the power of x is 10 cubed, which means, again, x is equal to 3. We're getting a lot of cubes. This is us practicing, recognizing our perfect cubes. 4 to the power of x is 64. 64 again is 4 to the power of 3. So 4 to the power of x is 4 to the power of 3, and x is equal to 3. We're just saying that the powers are equal to each other. Part F, 3 to the power of x is equal to 81. So here's one where it's starting to get a little bit more difficult, and maybe you don't spot it straight away. We did see this yesterday, so I'd hope you'd remember, but if you don't remember, that's okay. You can just use your calculator and say 81. Okay, it's going to be 3 to the power of something. How do I know that? Because the question has 3 to the power of x, so it must be 3 to the power of something. I know it's not 3 cubed because that's 27. So could it be 3 to the power of 4? Yes, it is. So you just try like that until you find it, if you don't already know it. They don't normally go very high, so you can just keep going until you find the number that works. So then x is equal to 4. G, and you don't have to show any working out. Once you know the power, you have it exactly. 10 to the power of x is 10,000. Well, you should know that 10 to any power just represents the number of zeros here. So for example, 10 to the power of 3, 1 followed by 3 zeros. 10 to the power of 4, 1 followed by 4 zeros. 10 to the power of 5, 1 followed by 5 zeros, and so forth. So for 10 powers, it's really easy. You just count the zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 10 to the power of x is 10 to the power of 4, which means x is equal to 4. Part H, 6 to the power of x is equal to 216. So this was out of the first 5 cubes that I said you should learn, but might it be 6 cubed? It is, okay? It's usually what you think it's going to be. So that means 6 to the power of x is 6 cubed, and so x is equal to 3. Part I, 7 to the power of x is equal to 49. This is one we should know. So 7 to the power of x is 7 squared, which means x is equal to 2. And the final one then, part J, 3 to the power of x is equal to 729. Now, nobody would expect you to know this off, so you're going to have to figure it out. 3 to the power of 4 we found was 81, so it's not that. 3 to the power of 5, try it, 243, it's not that. 3 to the power of 6, 729. So you'll never have to go very far. You can just try them in order. And it must be a power of 3 because the question had 3 to the power of x. So we knew that this must be a power of 3. It had to be. And so once we figured it out, it was 3 to the power of 6 using our calculator. So 3 to the power of x is 3 to the power of 6, which means x is equal to 6. Okay, fairly straightforward, I hope, but do let me know if you're struggling with those. Today we're going to do harder examples of these types of questions, but we need to be able to do these basics first. Thank you.